You know what? There's going to be a Ren Faire in Singapore, the first one ever. It's coming next year in January. It's not like I don't have clothes to wear for the Renaissance Festival. I mean, more than clothes, I even have character options. So why am I so stressed? I am a little stressed. That's because I'm gonna be boofing. What? Why did I sign myself up for this kind of torture? That's it, if I'm boofing, I need to make products to sell. So I better start on them now. Since I am not a natural salesperson, don't actually like making products to sell, but I've signed myself up for this, so I've given myself what I think now is doable tasks. So let's review them now. Let's see. So my task. So I'm thinking of selling three main things right now. One is a dirndl, which is more like a tight borders thing, tight borders vest thing that you can wear over button-ups and stuff, and dresses. That's the idea. And then they have minimum bonings, which is, yeah, so it's less intimidating than a corset. But something I've done once, but I don't actually like the pattern of the one I've done. So there is room for improvement, but then essentially something like this, I would want to sell something like this. I think I might sell this one because I'm not 100% happy with it and someone else might be happier with it. I'll make a version that I like better, and yes, I still want this print in my life, but maybe not. Maybe I'll sell this one. So yeah, so more of these, and then I'm thinking of making aprons. So why do I have them all just hanging around? Things like this. Yeah, maybe with embroidery, maybe not, maybe. So I'll make some first, and then I'll decide on whether I want to embroider them down the line. And then the third thing I want to make is more like a patchwork hair scarf thing. Not any real examples that I have currently in hand, because I didn't make these, but I was thinking of making these out of fabrics, like all the patchwork fabrics that I have. I can patchwork some things out, and then this will be like the easiest things with the cheapest. Most likely won't have to buy new materials for kind of things. Yeah, probably the cheapest thing I'll be selling is the idea. So 3 things. Then I was thinking of making at least 10 apron, 10 patchwork headscarf, and 5 dirndls to set my goal now for this year. So I mean, I think if I have those, I have plenty to sell. So that is my goal. They also request vendors to set up their booth aesthetically. So one of the big project I want to do for this is to try and aesthetify the hanger, the cloth hanger, the white clothing hanger that I have from IKEA. So that is part of my goal. Yeah, like maybe add wood or like mushrooms and stuff, you know, things like that is the goal. So this project is a big project. It just means that I won't be sewing for my wardrobe yet again, but it's a good goal. It's a good goal. Probably take me the rest of the year, maybe. Who knows? Just received this from the mail, and it's a new clothing rack, more aesthetically my style, which is black and brown. Yes. Look who decided that my installation sucks, so he took over. That's my brother! I end up vibing most of the time, barely helping.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes, he made most of it because the little things that I did wrong and I had to redo.
Yo.
Like I said, my personal style has this kind of rustic, a little bit medieval passing look to it. So I took out the thing that I use when I'm poofing that has my logo on it. So that's what that is. And then now I'm just putting the two clothes that is from my wardrobe that I'm planning to sell, just to look and see how things look. So I made this in one of the years that I was poofing at conventions, and it's supposed to hold my hang my sign just like this. Yeah, if you don't recognize this sign, it's usually at the back of my video. Yeah, but yeah, doesn't this is kind of medieval-ish, right? It has that aesthetic. Oki.J and decorations. I'll cut off the zip tie, including rack. So what's still missing here is that I need a basket at the side to put hair scarves, and I'll probably need a container at the bottom to put paper bags if someone actually buy my stuff. So let's tackle the easiest out of all the projects, which is patchwork. I had some intentions of pulling my half-done curtain patchwork and using it as a starting point, but I have second thoughts now because I feel like the patches are too big for the headscarf and I should just cut on new patch pieces. Yeah, so I think the plan of attack now is just to dig through all my scraps and then cut same size squares, because these ones were all random, but I shall cut same size squares and I cut a whole stack of them so that I can put them in the to go the bag I use to hold ongoing projects when I can do outside. That sounds like a very doable thing when I'm outside. Plan. So I have a lot of fat quarters, and they always entice you with things like bundle deals. So I got myself some, and a lot more. So I'm just gonna cut squares into them. So I do feel like I absolutely cut too much. So I'm trying to lay my first patch design. Roughly, that's the size. And then we shall lay. And it's my color scheme, so I love it. But I don't know if my customers will love it because it's my color scheme and I have too much leftovers. Oh my god, what am I gonna do with all this? I cut too much. I'll think about it. But one, I'll take a picture so I can sew this up. So I finished my first one. Yay! You know what this looks like to me? This looks like a taco without tomatoes. So I feel like it's missing red. It looks like cheese lettuce, more greens, and patty. So it's missing tomatoes. And I have a few pointers. One is that I feel like the color's a bit strong and this might not sell as well, maybe. And I lined it with linen. So this is a bit stiff for my liking as well. So I mean, I'm still gonna sell it, but yeah, it's first prototype. I also forgot to time how long it took to make it. So I shall make another one with the adjustments that I am thinking of, and then I'll review it afterwards, because I'm technically not gonna count the fabric price because I bought them a long time ago and it's in my stash for like years. So that one would be free. And then I need to count my hours so that I kind of know how much to sell it for. But technically I'm hand sewing everything, so it takes longer than like if it's a machine sewn item. So yeah, it's something like this. I also use the scarf that I have like in my wardrobe as a size reference and stuff. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Something like this. So I technically now have 3 things to sell. So I want to tick my checkbox. Yay! And next one's gonna be yellow, just because I've cut too much. So I have to use some more cheese. Okay, I'm taking a break now. I still have to file all these down because I decided not to line it, so I have to finish all the edges. They look kind of cool. Finished edges. Yeah. Yeah. So far, I've spent 4 hours and 30 minutes on this. I counted. That's a lot. But yeah. It's not gonna hit my price goal, but I'm still thinking of just pricing this at a lower price because I finished and I took 9 hours and 40 minutes to do this. I wore this because I thought I would finish it in daylight, and now it's night. And I'm gonna shoot like the final product tomorrow or something. I'll wear the same shirt. I don't care. But I finished. It took 9 hours and 40 minutes. Yesterday I spent 4 hours and 30 minutes on it. And I already thought I was not doing well because, you know, technically, I know 5 hours is not minimum wage, but $5 is not minimum wage, but if I charge it $5 per hour and I did 4 hours and 30 minutes, then it will be $25. 25? No, it will be 20 something dollars. Sorry, I can't math. But yeah, and 20 something dollars is how much I wanted to charge it for. And 9 hours, if for $45, is this worth $45 to you? Maybe the time would have been reduced if I did the piecing by machine and then all the felling by hand. The felling will still be done by hand. But I like how this single, like unlined one looked better than the lined one. So I'm happy with how this looks and how not stiff it feels and how like one piece of fabric it feels. So I'm happy with how it looks. I wanted to charge it as $25, but I think I need to raise it a little. But maybe not $40. So anyway, I'm not really planning to earn money from this, but compensate for the time. I'm gonna have no life for the next however long before I have some products to sell. So okay, today's goal is to make this again. And when I made this, I wanted it to be reversible, but then it kind of failed because I also want it to be easily worn. So I needed to add a zip, and once I added a zip, it wasn't very reversible. So in that video, I said I wanted to make the brown version one day. So now my brown version is gonna be the new mock-up for the new pattern for what I'm actually going to sell. Yeah, so I dug out my old pattern. My qualm with this vest here is that it looks nice over dresses. But once I wear separates, which I normally do, it's a bit short. And also I didn't put any boning, so it likes to ripple. Yeah, so those are my qualms, so I'm gonna improve on it in my next one. And in the process, make myself a brown one because that's what I've wanted a long time ago. So what I did was that I hacked my old pattern into what I thought was improvements, and I did a mock-up and realized I hacked too much here. I need a dart there, the angle is wrong, so there's a second mock-up. The lacing gap seems to be non-existent. I can totally lace this up to fully, so something's wrong there. I shall, even though I think there's a seam allowance here that I didn't fold in, but even that, I'm scared that it's barely any gap, so would it be wise to just minus 1 cm on each side and then have a gap? Other than that, I'm very proud of this shaping. I think that looks great. I can go ahead and maybe I can trim a little bit off here, maybe. Yeah, but other than that, this looks great, so I'll keep that. Yeah, this. Why is it that every time when I do the mock-up, it feels fine, and when I do it with the actual fabric, it feels loose? So it does feel loose. And I even put a dart here, which I didn't want to touch. I was fully gonna just take them out from the side seam. This is the inside out. I mean, I like the print, but yeah, this is the inside out. I really like the print. I absolutely had second thoughts about the solid brown because of how good this one looked. And then when I put it on, this is pajamas. I'm wearing pajamas, and I put it on over the pajamas, and I love it so much. So yeah, no regrets, no regrets. I think this looks really good on top of button-up tops. And I have olive green button-up tops that's not pajamas. So yeah, it's gonna be versatile. I love it. I just have one more armhole to bind, and then I'll be done. So I'm glad I took some time to repattern it, and I love the new neckline. It was closer to whatever I've always sketched, and it looked more like a dundle like this, and it's easier to translate it into that kind of stays thing. This one I still didn't put in a lot of boning or zip ties, so it will still take a while because I have to wear it a lot to see how much it wrinkles, to know if I like it wrinkled or not. Because look at this one. I mean, this is just a slight improvement of that because I added 2 zip ties down the center front. But yeah, if I added, at least the way I made this, I can just take out one of the binding, like either the top or the bottom binding, and then if I top stitch the rows of channels, I can actually make more boning channels on these. So yeah, there is room for improvement if I need them. But yes, I'm glad this is my new corset vest. My next step is that I have to make it and actually time myself making it this time. See, I didn't consider any of my pattern making when I'm recording my time of making stuff, but you know, if you include that, there will be so much more time spent. And yeah, so there's another concern is that I know there's two camps of people probably, because there is one, like me, I don't want to spend so much time lacing myself up in this kind of, I love this kind of look, but I wouldn't lace myself up early in the morning before I rush out the house for work. So I really like having a zip in my clothing that I can take off without removing all the laces on my corset. Yeah, so this is a thing that I want in my corset. Technically I can loosen the lace, but I'm also hoping I don't have to loosen the lace, because this, yeah. So yes, the way I made it is intentionally so that I can take it off. But because I made it like this, it's not reversible. And there might be people who are willing to lace themselves up. They might not wear this very often, and they'll probably, since they don't wear it very often, maybe just for conventions or events, then they would want to lace themselves up. And then they will appreciate having two options in one clothing. So the one that I'm gonna make for Ren Faire, at least the first one I'm gonna make for Ren Faire, is gonna be a reversible one, so that I can have two fun, one color, one pattern, and then have it so that they have to lace themselves up and there won't be any zips. Because look, this is how the zip side looks on the inside, and the zip head is here, so it's not easily accessible if I'm doing reversible in reverse. Well, you still can wear it in reverse though, you just have to undo the lacing, which I did not on my own because it's my own. Yeah, so yeah, the next one I'm gonna make is going to be a reversible one that needs to be manually laced up. Done! And I'll record it. I mean, as in, I'll record the time I take to make it. And I'll report to you. It's probably more than 10 hours. I went to the fabric store for bigger yardage because if I'm gonna make aprons and stuff, I need more fabric. Yeah, I went overboard because I'm using CDC vouchers. Excited though. I mean, end up I'm still buying fabrics with colors that I like. So if any of these don't sell, I don't mind owning them. Sneaky peek about how the second one will look. Super duper sweet. I think someone will really like this. And so I have to put a pause to this project because I have to go Korea in a few days. And yeah, I'll get back to this when I come back. I just have binding to do and zip tie channels. Yeah, zip tie channels and binding to do. I would report back on the time I spent on this in the next vlog for the Ren Faire prep. Yeah, and there's a lot of updates that came earlier than I thought it would come, but I'm gonna do all the updates on the new video. Bye, see ya.